What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Harry the Horse Barbecue, and today we're gonna see if this smoker is the best backyard smoker in the barbecue game today. That's right, we got a new pit, so come and check it out. Spoiler alert, the stack is fat. Let's get it.
Harry the Horse Barbecue.
First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you that have clicked on this video to check out this smoker, because this is 3.5 years in the making for me getting this backyard cooker. Now, I put in this order for this Fat Stack FS Mark II 120 gallon backyard offset cooker about 3.5 years ago with Fat Stack smokers. I believe that this pit does not exist anywhere else on the internet. And you might be saying to yourself, well, Mr. Horse, good old Mad Scientist Barbecue featured the backyard Fat Stack smokers on his channel years ago. That is true, and that's where Fat Stack kind of piloted their backyard smoker series, and that is where I initially first saw this. However, Fat Stack has made some changes to this backyard pit, and they've made some optional upgrades that you can purchase to even beef up your backyard barbecue game even more. I have not used this pit once yet. It got delivered to me and I've been waiting to share it with y'all, and we are going to set this up from top to bottom. So I'm gonna walk y'all through each step of the assembly to make this thing ready to smoke the best backyard barbecue we've ever seen on this channel. And I'm super happy just to have a professionally built smoker in the backyard. All right, y'all, the Fat Stack FS Mark II is a traditional flow offset smoker. This one is the 120 gallon version of this cooker, and it has got bells and whistles galore that I will walk y'all through. But first, let's do the assembly. All right, y'all, the first thing I'm gonna tackle is this smokestack. And you'll notice that this smokestack looks a little different than most traditional smokestacks. Let's lift it up onto here and then I'll tell you all about it. Oh, key. Whew, dokie. Now, the smokestack that I purchased is a foldable stack that is bolted about 1/3 of the way up, and you can undo these bolts to lay the smokestack down for easy transport or storage. It's got a nifty little horseshoe handle welded to a rod that attaches up to the damper up top. You could probably hear it. You can adjust the damper. Now, the way I've positioned this is the way it should be. Here's the bend of the stack, and I've aligned all of the holes up so we can bolt down the stack. Let's bolt it down. Now we just take some of these nuts, attach them from the inside of the collector stack, and we then tighten down with a wrench. All right, after successfully bolting down the stack and after unscrewing the bolts at the hinge point, this stack should be able to easily fold down. Let's see if it folds. We should just be able to, okay, just like that. All right, so at this point, you guys can see the hinge point of the stack itself, the horseshoe, which acts as the handle for the damper, the rod that connects to the damper itself as it swings open, and this handle point that allows the stack to rest at a single point on the cook chamber. That's a neat little feature. That'll cost you an upgrade of about 300 bucks, but I think it's definitely worth it, especially if you plan on storing this inside or in a garage. Now, the main cook chamber is massive at 120 gallons. In the summertime, it's, very hot. It's got a horseshoe backstop for the cook chamber door. It comes with a face for a serial plate that gives you your serial number, Eric Wesch's signature, the make and model, knowing that it's your pit. And it's got a rotating door handle. Let's take a look on the inside. The inside of this cook chamber is beautiful. It's got an upper rack and a lower rack. Upper rack slides out pretty easily. Let's get the shelves out and assemble it so we can have our front storage rack. All I've done is take these arms out of the inside of the cook chamber, and I've hooked them up with the nuts and bolts that come with them. Now we just gotta install the shelf up top. This might be a little tricky, so don't make fun of me. Okay. Might be able to let this relax a little. Okay, I guess that's on enough for now. Shelf is on, but we got to tighten it down with a 9/16 wrench. Here's our shelf. It's even got a couple cool hooks to put a couple tongs, something like this. Sweet. Now only one true test to see if the shelf actually works. I'd say she's sturdy. Almost done assembling, but isn't she a beaut? One last thing, we gotta close it down for this. Boom, shakalaka. All right, the last bit of assembly before I walk you guys through the whole pit is just gonna be the installation of the Fat Stack Smokers Tel-Tru thermometer. That's what that hole right there is for. You just thread it through the grooves. There she is. Not looking too shabby. Now is this Fat Stack FS120 Mark II the GOAT of backyard cookers? I'll let you know once I fire it up, but man, this is a Texas style offset cooker shrunk down to a manageable backyard size that's actually on the larger side for backyard pits. And it is looking sweet. Let's take you to the Firebox and check out some cool details starting there. Now, if you're curious about the size and dimensions of this cooker, I'll try to find them on Fat Stack's website. I can link the website and I'll try to put the dimensions in the description down below. Some really cool features are these side shutters here that came pre-assembled for me. You can slide the shutter open or fully closed or anywhere in between to regulate some airflow on this side and the other side of the Firebox. You've got this awesome Fat Stack Smokers nameplate on the side, which I think is super rad. Cool touch handles on the shutters and on the Firebox door. The Firebox door swings open. It's got this nice support system in here, and it's a pretty big semi-insulated Firebox. Comment down below if you think you know what this is. I'll be featuring this tool in a couple of upcoming videos, but this is also a Fat Stack Smokers product that I'm happy to have received. Super stoked to use this. Here's the front view of the Firebox. The top of the Firebox is actually a griddle top. So you could do all sorts of cooking on the top of this Firebox. While you're cooking on the inside of the chamber, you can also be cooking on the outside. The Firebox is massive. Open this up, and we can see just how large it is on the inside of this Firebox. Right now, stores your beer pretty well too. Some other notable features about this smoker include the 4 rotating casters, the front 2, which are lockable. You've also got a little probe port here, which you can stick a thermometer probe through. You've got a similar port here that could also be used for sticking a probe in. So this port up here is actually marketed as a port in which you pour water through to fill up a water pan. And lastly, there's a grease drain on the opposite end of the cooker, so that way the grease flows towards that opening, out the nozzle, and you can hook a 5-gallon bucket right to the port. A quick side note, this is actually not the cooker that I ordered. Let me know if y'all want to know the long version of the story behind the smoker. Comment down below. But nonetheless, this is a beautiful cooker, and I'm super excited to put it to use. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this backyard pit. I think it's pretty darn cool and pretty darn sweet. Now, Fat Stack is making these smokers out of these tanks that they get made specifically for their company, and you're looking at 1/4-inch thick steel throughout. We've got the collector that is nice and big, that gathers all that smoke, sends it right up through this chimney. From top to bottom, this thing is thoroughly constructed, durable, and a beast of a cooker. Enough horsing around, let's take an in-depth look at this bad mamma jamma. Thank y'all for tuning in to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I really appreciate you checking out this video. And when it comes to backyard smokers, there's a lot to consider in terms of price point, availability, wait times. So make sure you do your research diligently. You can go cheap routes at the hardware store. You could go the old country barbecue pits route that are super available and super affordable and can produce some great barbecue. You can go the more expensive route and inquire with some of the best welders out there and seek out a backyard cooker like the Millscale 94, the Workhorse Pits 1975. You can inquire with Primitive Pits, Moberg Smokers, M&M, and Fat Stack also makes a 90-gallon version of the Mark II, which is a little cheaper and a little smaller. Whatever the option is, choose the best that works for you and your budget. And hopefully you won't have to wait 3.5 years to get your cooker. But let me know what y'all think about this cooker in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And stay tuned for when I cook on this bad mamma jamma, because it's gonna produce some amazing barbecue. Subscribe to the channel below. I know you wanna do it. I just bought a brand new cooker for y'all. So hit that subscribe button. If you're digging this smoker, leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below of your thoughts on this cooker and what you wanna see me cook first on this Fat Stack 120 gallon. I'm thinking brisket. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we're posting new content. And you can follow me on Instagram at Harry the Horse Barbecue. Tag me so I can see what y'all are cooking, because it really inspires me to get out here and cook. And with that being said, there's only one more thing, y'all. You heard this one straight from the horse's mouth. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.